Hello and welcome today. My name is Adrienne Engel, and I'm here to share this participation practice with you. This is a Christ-based somatic practice that helps you to move into relationship with the challenges you are facing in your life through the supportive power and mystery of our living Christ. And I'm going to walk you through the practice. This practice is going to take around 50 minutes. You're going to want to go ahead and grab a journal and find a comfortable place where you won't be interrupted for the next 50 minutes. And you want to grab two different color pens as well. I'm going to give you a few moments to go ahead and get situated, and then we can begin our time together. So we begin our time together in the same way that we're invited to begin all of our moments of conscious awareness, and that is to first pause and take a moment to recognize how you are connected to and supported by the place that you are seated. So go ahead and take a moment and turn your awareness inward, and we're going to notice, where do you feel the most supported by your seat? Let's go ahead and notice that together now. So you want to go ahead and write down support into your journal. And you want to write the name of the body part. For me, it is my right hip and leg. Go ahead and notice what it is for you. Where does your body feel the most supported? And as you pay attention to that experience of support, we're invited to notice, what does that quality of support feel like to you? Does it feel like a place of stillness, a place of rest, a place of comfort? Take a moment and notice what that quality of support is for you personally. And then you're letting your brain see this quality of resting, whatever it is for you, this quality belongs to me. My body already knows how to receive this. You're letting your brain recognize and receive this quality of living support. Let's go ahead and allow our brain to recognize that now together. And then from that place of receiving support, we're then invited to take a moment and look at, what is the main challenge that you are facing today. Go ahead and notice that. We're going to notice it, and we're going to write it in our journals in a short blurb. Let's go ahead and notice that together. And as you take a moment to read back through that challenge, you want to notice, how do you experience that in your body? Where do you feel that the most in your body? So read it back through slowly and notice what comes up within your body, or maybe even in your mind, as you are facing into the challenge that is alive for you today. Let's go ahead and notice that together. And you're going to place your hand on that part of your body, and you're saying, this challenge belongs to me. This is a part of my life experience. This challenge belongs to me. You're just holding that and taking a moment to receive the challenge that you are facing today. Let's go ahead and notice that together. And now from that place, we're going to go ahead and begin to really uncover the fully embodied experience that the challenge is evoking for you. So this next part of the class, this is going to be part 2, where we're going to go through and really name, how does this challenge evoke your system? How does it come alive within your system? And then in the part 3, we're going to go back and be offering specific support in 2-minute intervals to each of the sections of embodied experience. So first, we're going to begin with mind. How does your mind see the challenge that you are facing today? What do you hear your mind thinking about that challenge, and what is it that you actually see as you are facing into that challenge? And I also want to put a preface here. We're not trying to make this positive or what we would want. We're just beginning to practice arriving with what is currently being evoked within your system right now, today. Let's go ahead and we're going to notice, how does your mind see or think? What does your mind think about the challenge that you are facing into today? Let's go ahead and notice that and write it down into our journal in a short blurb together now. And how do you normally talk about that challenge? What do you hear yourself saying to other people when you're talking about this challenge being present in your life today? Go ahead and write down speech, and next to that, you're going to write down how you are speaking, or maybe even not speaking about the challenge that's present for you. And how do you notice yourself behaving as that challenge is present? Are you able to move towards it and work with it? Are you trying to move towards it and manage it, like wrangle it into submission? Do you find yourself maybe a little frozen around it, not really knowing what to do? Or do you find yourself fleeing, like moving into some type of coping mechanism or some type of distraction, moving away from it? Take a moment and notice, how do you in the face of this challenge that is present today? Let's go ahead and notice that together and write that down into our journals. And you're going to take a moment and read back through your challenge again. And you want to notice what sensation comes up for you. What do you physically feel in your body? What is the emotion? And what does the emotion feel like in your body as you are facing into this? You can draw a little outline of your body and you can draw in there what it feels like. And how does your respond to this challenge? Do you find yourself anxiously breathing, holding your breath, um, maybe breathing really shallow? How does your breathing respond as you are facing into this challenge that is alive for you today? And what has it been like? How was the outcome as you faced into a challenge like this? And what is it that you imagine is going to happen in the future because this present is here with you today? What do you think is going to happen in the future? So now we're going to go ahead and change our pen color. Now you have fully named what is alive for you today. And we're going to go ahead and go back to the top. You're going to circle that quality of support, and we're going to refresh our brain awareness and receptivity of that. You're going to take a moment and notice this experience of support belongs to me. Take a moment and notice maybe it has shifted since we began our practice today. And we're going to take a moment and you're going to place your hands on your brain, on your head. You can also get a supportive pillow and put that next to you if you want to have some support to hold your head or even bring your head forward into your hands. And we're allowing our brain to be held in support as it is perceiving challenges present for you today. So you're going to go ahead and hold your brain forward. And we're going to hear for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. And really offering that quality of support that you felt through the place where you're seated. And offering that to your brain as it is perceiving this challenge that's present today. And you want to take a moment and you're going to into your color any insights or anything that you noticed as you were just allowing your brain to be held in this challenge. And then you want to take a moment and hold your neck or maybe your throat, and thinking about supporting your neck and your throat as it is speaking about your challenge, or maybe you don't really have words for your challenge when you're speaking to somebody else. You might not really talk about yourself. So just noticing, what is that like for your neck, your throat? We're holding this area for about 2 minutes and really allowing this part of our body to be supported as we are what it's like to use our voice to communicate what is happening for us today. And you want to take a moment, you're going to write down any insights or things that shifted for you as you holding your neck and your. And are the initiator of our behavior. They're going to be what leads us either towards an experience where we're working with it or doing whatever we're doing, maybe overpowering it, or maybe when we're frozen, or maybe if we are running away into a coping mechanism. So notice how you are behaving in the face of this challenge, and we're being invited to just hold what that's like to be responding in that way. We're just offering support to our very human response in that support that God is providing you in this moment. Let's go ahead and do that together. ahead and take a moment and you're going to write down into your journal what you experience as you are allowing the way that you've behaved to just be tenderly held. Then you want to notice the emotions and the sensations that come up. Where do you feel that? You're going to place your hands on that part of your body or maybe even your mind. And again, you're offering this living support for what it feels like to experience that emotion. You're offering support to your body that is experiencing that emotion. Let's go ahead and do that together now. Then you're going to take a moment and you're going to write down what you might have noticed as you are facing into and tenderly holding the emotion up for you. Go ahead and write down anything that stood out for you as you're doing that. Your lungs and your chest as a whole. You're noticing how does it feel like to, what does it feel like, and can I offer support to my chest and my lungs for the way that I'm breathing? So I'm actually offering support to my body for the breathing patterns that have been happening within my system. Maybe have been a lot of anxious breathing, offering support to your chest and lungs for whatever breath pattern you've been experiencing. And just write down any insights or experiences that shift as you are holding your lungs. And then you want to know what that's been like in your past as you faced into this type of challenge that's alive today. You're holding yourself, and you're holding yourself for your parts of yourself in the past that didn't get support while you faced into this challenge. So notice what it's like to just, again, hold yourself wherever you challenge coming alive. And today, you're slowing down to offer that living support. then you take a moment and you're noticing what you imagine is going to unfold in the future as you are facing into this challenge. Being able to hold that perspective and support that perspective for a moment. Let's go ahead and do that together. You want to take a moment and write down what other insight or shifting you felt as you held that experience. And we take a moment here at the place of really in the full support of God and asking God, how do you invite me to respond to this circumstance today? How do you want me to respond to this challenge I'm facing so that I can respond in your grace, peace, and love? Let's go ahead and turn our minds and our hearts and our lives to God. That question now. Notice what comes up for you with that. You're going to write that down into your journal. And this is God's invitation to do today to respond in this way. this is our we end our practice with our final holding of ourselves taking that action. Participate with God in facing in this challenge as we face into this challenge, and we want to just rest in that support that brings us to the end of our time together today. Imagining that action. And then from this place, we take our time to move into our day, and we end our time with an offering of thanks to God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for the living support pouring to us in each moment. May we slow down and receive that we may more fully hear your decision for us in our lives. Thank you for joining me in this participation practice. I look forward to seeing you when it suits your, and I hope you have an excellent day. Take care.